Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourself, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 21st September 2024 are follows. Bengali date 4 Aশ্বিন 1431. As per Genimadov Sil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Krishna Tritiya and up to 0133 hours and after that Krishna Chaturthi and up to 2317 hours and after that Krishna Panchami. Today's Nakshatra is Osiri Nakshatra and up to 0759 hours and after that Bharani Nakshatra. Today is 265th day of the year. There are then 101 days left in 2024. Today is 38th Saturday of 2024. Today is Mahabharani. Bharani Shraddha is done during Pitru Paksha when Bharani Nakshatra prevails during Aparanno Kala. Bharani Nakshatra prevails either on Chaturthi Tithi or Panchami Tithi during Mahalaya Paksha. Bharani Shraddha is known as Chaut Bharani or Bharani Panchami when Bharani Nakshatra prevails during Aparanno on Chaturthi Tithi or on Panchami Tithi respectively. In some years, Bharani Nakshatra might also prevail on Tritiya Tithi. Hence, Bharani Shraddha is not linked to any Tithi. Bharani Shraddha is known as Mahabharani Shraddha. Nakshatra Bharani is significant during Pitru Paksha because it is ruled by Jama, the god of the death. The benefits of doing Bharani Shraddha are equivalent to those of Gaya Shraddha. Usually Bharani Nakshatra Shraddha is done once after the death of the person, but according to Dharma Sindhu, it can also be done every year. Pitru Paksha Shraddhas are Parvan Shraddhas. An auspicious time to perform them is either Putut Muhurut and Rohina etc. Muhurut. After that, till Aparanna Kala gets over, Tarpon is done at the end of the Shraddha. Today is Vignaraja Sankushti. This month it is going to be observed on September 21, 2024. Sankushti Chaturthi holds a great religious and spiritual significance in Hindu religion. Sankushti holds a great importance as this day is dedicated to honor Lord Ganesha and devotees observe fast to seek blessings of Ganeshji. By observing Vignaraja Sankoshti Chaturthi, devotees seek Lord Ganesha's guidance, strength and blessings to overcome life's challenges, remove obstacles and attain moksha, liberation. Today is International Day of Peace. The International Day of Peace, also officially known as World Peace Day, is a United Nations sanctioned holiday observed annually on 21st September. It is dedicated to world peace and specifically the absence of war and violence such as might be occasioned by a temporary ceasefire in a combat zone for humanitarian aid access. The day was first established in 1981 and first observed in September 1982 and is kept by many nations, political groups, military groups and people. To inaugurate the day, the United Nations Peace Bell is rung at UN headquarters in New York City. The bell is cast from coins donated by people from all continents except Africa and was a gift from the United Nations Association of Japan as a reminder of the human cost of war. The inscription on its side reads, Long live absolute world peace. Today is World Alzheimer's Day. World Alzheimer's Day, which takes place every September 21st, is a global effort to raise awareness and challenge the stigma around Alzheimer's disease and other dementia. Join the Alzheimer's Association as we recognize the more than 55 million people across the world who are affected by this terrible disease. Whether you fundraise for the cause, share information about Alzheimer's, or talk to a loved one about dementia, you can make a difference. Today is World Gratitude Day. Gratitude Day is celebrated annually on the 21st September. The celebration of Gratitude Day allows both individual citizens and organizations within wider society to celebrate the broad meaning of gratitude in a variety of ways. Today is National Chai Day. National Chai Day is celebrated on September 21st every year to honor the sweet and spicy Indian beverage known as chai. Chai is made by brewing black tea with milk, water, spices, and a sweetener. The spices typically include cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, and star anise. Here are some things to know about chai. Origin: chai originated in India more than 5,000 years ago. Word origin: the word chai is Hindi for tea. Health benefits: chai contains ingredients with therapeutic properties such as black pepper and ginger, which aid digestion, cloves, which soothe abdominal pain, cardamom, which helps regulate mood, and cinnamon, which promotes heart and lung health. Today is International Red Panda Day. Every year on third Saturday in September, the world comes together to celebrate International Red Panda Day, a day dedicated to raising awareness about the plight of these enchanting creatures. This year on September 21, we once again unite in our efforts to protect the red panda, a species teetering on the brink of extinction. Launched by the Red Panda Network in 2010, this annual observance has grown in importance over the years, especially in the face of mounting challenges posed by global warming and climate changes. Joseph Smith's vision of Moroni. According to the teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Moroni was an angel or resurrected being who appeared to Joseph Smith on this day in 1923 and instructed him to restore God's church on earth. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Heike Kamerling Ones, 21st September 1853 to 21st February 1926. Heike Kamerling Ones was a Dutch physicist and Nobel laureate. He exploited the Hampson-Linde cycle to investigate how materials behave when cooled to nearly absolute zero and later to liquefy helium for the first time. In 1908, he also discovered superconductivity in 1911. Owing to the great importance which Kamerlingh-Onnes' work has been seen to have for research in physics, the Royal Academy of Sciences has found ample grounds for bestowing upon him the Nobel Prize for Physics for the year 1913. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Charles Jules Henry Nicolet, 21st September 1866 to 28th February 1936. Charles Jules Henry Nicolet was a French bacteriologist who received the Nobel Prize in Medicine for his identification of lice as the transmitter of epidemic typhus. He received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1928. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Donald Arthur Glaser, 21st September 1926 to 28th February 2013. Donald Arthur Glaser was an American physicist, neurobiologist, and the winner of the 1960 Nobel Prize in Physics for his invention of the bubble chamber used in subatomic particle physics. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. David J. Thowles, 21st September 1934 to 6th April 2019. David James Thowles, FRS, was a British condensed matter physicist. He was the winner of the 1990 Wolf Prize and a laureate of the 2016 Nobel Prize for Physics, along with F. Duncan M. Haldane and J. Michael Osterlitz, for theoretical discoveries of topological phase transitions and phases of matter. 1974. Malta, Malta independence. Malta finally achieved independence on September 21, 1964, becoming a member of the Commonwealth and subsequently a member of the Council of Europe. Malta became a republic on December 13, 1974. 1981, Senate confirms O'Connor as first female Supreme Court Justice. On September 21, 1981, the Senate unanimously confirmed the nomination of Sandra Day O'Connor to become the first female justice on the Supreme Court. 2013, the Westgate Mall is attacked in Nairobi, Kenya. In a daring siege, militants of the extremist group Al-Shabaab took over the mall. 63 shoppers were killed during the attack that lasted a few hours. Before the Kenyan security forces rescued the hostages, four terrorists were also killed. Al-Shabaab declared that it had undertaken the attack as retaliation for the presence of Kenyan armed forces in Somalia. 1961, Boeing CH-47 Chinook takes flight for the first time. The American-made helicopter has been used by the US military in a variety of conflict-related operations, including during the recent wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. It has also been often used for medical evacuation and search and rescue operations during natural disasters around the world. 1942, Boeing B-29 Superfortress flies for the first time. The bomber was used extensively by the US in World War II and the Korean War. The two planes, Enola Gay and Boxcar, that dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were from the Silver Plate series of Boeing B-29s. 1937, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit is published for the first time. The Hobbit or There and Back Again is a young adult fantasy novel that follows the adventures of the Hobbit Bilbo Baggins as he traverses through Middle Earth to find treasure guarded by a dragon named Smaug. Today's, that is 21st September, highlight in history. 1745, the Hanoverian army is defeated in 10 minutes by the Jacobite forces of Prince Charles Edward Stuart. 1776, part of New York City is burned shortly after being occupied by British forces. 1780, American Revolutionary War. Benedict Arnold gives the British the plans to West Point. 1792, French Revolution. The National Convention abolishes the monarchy. 1809, British Secretary of War Lord Castlereagh and Foreign Secretary George Canning meet in a duel on Putney Hill with Castlereagh wounding Canning in the thigh. 1843, the crew of schooner Concord, led by John Williams Wilson, takes possession of the Strait of Magellan on behalf of the Chilean government. 1860, Second Opium War. Anglo-French force defeats Chinese troops at the Battle of Palikam. 1862, Taiping Rebellion. The ever-victorious army defeats Taiping forces at the Battle of Sixi. 1896, Anglo-Egyptian conquest of Sudan. British forces under the command of Horatio Kitchener take Dongola. 1898, Empress Dowager Cixi seizes power and ends the Hundred Days Reform in China. 1921, a storage silo in Uppau, Germany explodes, killing 500 to 600 people. 1933, Salvador Lutharoth establishes Mexican professional wrestling. 1934, a large typhoon hits western Honshu, Japan, killing more than 3,000 people. 1938, the Great Hurricane of 1938 makes landfall on Long Island in New York. Death toll is estimated at 500 to 700 people. 1939, Romanian Prime Minister Armand Calinescu is assassinated by the Iron Guard. 1942, the Holocaust in Ukraine. The Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur, Nazis sent over 1,000 Jews of Pidaitsi to Belgic extermination camp. 1942, the Holocaust in Ukraine. In Donetsk, Ukraine, Nazis murdered 2,588 Jews. 1942, the Holocaust in Poland. At the end of Yom Kippur, Germans ordered Jews to permanently move from Constantinople to Biala Podlaska. 1942, the Boeing B-29 Super Fortress makes its maiden flight. 1953, Lieutenant No Kun-sok, a North Korean pilot, defects the South Korea with his jet fighter. 1957, Pamir, a four-masted bark, was shipwrecked and sank off the Azores during Hurricane Carrie. 1964, Malta gains independence from the United Kingdom but remains in the Commonwealth. 1964, the North American XB-70 Valkyrie, the world's fastest bomber, makes its maiden flight from Palma Dele, California. 1965, Gambia, Maldives, and Singapore are admitted as members of the United Nations. 1969, Mexicana de Aviación Flight 801, a Boeing 727 100 passengers plane, crashes during a landing attempt in Mexico City, killing 27 of the 118 occupants. 1971, Bahrain, Bhutan, and Qatar joined the United Nations. 1972, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos begins authoritarian rule by declaring martial law. 1976, Orlando Letelier is assassinated in Washington, D.C. at the order of Augusto Pinochet. 1976, Seychelles joins the United Nations. 1981, Belize is granted full independence from the United Kingdom. 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor is unanimously approved by the US Senate as the first female Supreme Court Justice. 1984, Brunei joins the United Nations. 1991, Armenia gains independence from the Soviet Union. 1993, Russian President Boris Yeltsin triggers a constitutional crisis when he suspends parliament and scraps the constitution. 1993, a Transair Georgian Airlines Tu-134 is shot down by missile in the Black Sea near Sukhumi, Georgia. 1996, the Defense of Marriage Act is passed by the United States Congress. 1997, St. Olaf's Church, a stone church from the 16th century in Tirva, Finland, is burned down by a burglar. 1999, the Chi earthquake occurs in central Taiwan, leaving about 2400 people dead. 2001, America, a tribute to heroes is broadcast by over 35 network and cable channels, raising over $200 million for the victims of September 11 attacks. 2001, Ross Parker is murdered in Peterborough, England by a gang of 10 British Pakistani youths. 2003, the Galileo spacecraft is terminated by sending it into Jupiter's atmosphere. 2012, three Egyptian militants opened fire on a group of Israeli soldiers in a southern Israel cross-border attack. 2013, Al-Shabaab Islamic militants attacked the Westgate shopping mall in Kenya, killing at least 67 people. 2015, Adventist Health System agreed to pay $118.7 million to settle allegations of fraud. It was the largest hospital network has ever paid. 2018, killing of Jack Kostopoulos, LGBT rights activist, beaten to death on a busy street in Athens. 2019, a 5.6 megawatt earthquake shakes the Albanian port of Durrës. 49 people are injured in the capital, Tirana. Thank you very much for your patience.